GG's The Mouthful podcast is brought to you by GoodGame.Tech, the most welcoming gaming community on Facebook. Join the conversation at www.goodgame.tech.
Welcome back, everyone. This is Arnaldo, aka Mad Dog, and this is going to be the real episode 76 of GG's The Mouthful podcast.
GG!
Yes.
Welcome back, everybody. This is David Santos. This is going to be episode, what's the number again?
76.
76. Are we sure about that?
I think so.
Well, did we double check with
I'm pretty
accounting?
sure.
Accounting, can you fact check that?
95%.
All right.
95%
Only
sure.
one who expected him to
Of the
blow my
GG's The
ears.
Mouthful podcast.
Yes. That voice, of course, is Mr. David Santos, aka Dream Twister.
Well, hello, everybody.
And, of course, joined next to him is Krista Montanez, aka Shadow 24/7.
Yep, it's 76.
76?
76
We
it
got
is.
consensus.
Fact
All right,
checked.
yes.
Now let's start from the beginning.
All right. And rolling.
And we're starting over. Just kidding, guys. Listen, if this is your first time listening to the show, thank you so much. Please like, subscribe, and share the podcast.
And we feel very sorry for you because you have 75 of the episodes to catch up.
Yeah, well, you know, we're about the time, so it's okay.
Oh, but
Maybe go the last 10.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Because
Just to get a
last
feel.
season was weak. Last season was weak. Season one
yeah,
was
yeah.
Yeah, it was
Yeah,
a
we're
slow
building.
start.
Yeah, we're building.
Exactly,
Yeah, exactly.
I would
Season
say
2.
like maybe within a month.
There you
Do a
go.
month.
Within a month of that. You
Yeah.
know what? Every episode since Shadow joined us. What was that? Then
That's at least a good 15 episodes ago.
15 episodes
12
ago?
or 15, yeah.
There you go.
Start in.
Happy 15, Shadow.
I
If a season's a year, start at episode 53. that's 1 week after.
Oh,
we
I
had
was
a year.
thinking that like every 10 episodes is our season.
It's a season. Oh man,
Yeah.
we're
So
like
we're
in
episode
season
7 now.
Yeah, wow.
Holy crap. Oh, we jumped the shark a long time ago.
That's what I'm
So
saying.
every
What are we, The Walking Dead
If
here?
we're just getting good,
Yeah, there
so
you go.
every 10 episodes a season.
It's a season.
yes. So we are seasoned. Oh, yes.
Oh, now you see why
Thank you so
season's
much.
not getting good.
No, I know, right? This is why you're gonna get canceled.
No,
unfortunately.
exactly. Exactly.
Oh man.
Bench away, brothers.
Most importantly, though, please go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. That is a link that will take you right to the Facebook group. And we would love for you to join. I mean, we're a good group. I think very, very non-toxic, which is what I love mostly about
Yeah.
the group. And that's
Yeah,
that's
a
what it's
select few only join, because we always get spammed with bots.
Oh,
and,
yeah. We
you know,
get
fake people.
That's okay.
around.
That's why we're
So we don't
selective.
approve those because it's not about inflating our numbers with
Exactly.
with fake
want
people.
real
we want real
people.
people that could join and talk and have fun and
Exactly.
not be
Enjoy
afraid
the
of being
content.
judged. And
Awesome. So we're going to go right into first portion of the show, and that's what have we been up to. I'm going to start today with myself.
with yourself, yeah, I was gonna say, yeah.
Yes.
You don't do that often enough.
I know.
You gotta do you, son.
I'm doing me.
Yeah.
As you know, I'm still playing Nier Automata, so I'm not really going to stay long on that. But Nier Automata, starting my third playthrough, and things started getting a little crazy. Although they've been a little crazy to begin with.
It almost feels like this is the sequel, almost. Not
Yes.
and not in the sense of a big departure, but in the sense of okay, this is where the story actually continues.
Exactly. So, yeah, I'm not going to stick on that. I am going to stick on a little game that I just started playing a few days ago. It is called Stranger Things, the game.
Oh
I
snap!
was going to
Yes.
ask you about that, actually.
I am playing this on my phone.
On your
damn it.
phone? Okay, yeah,
All right.
I saw it too. And I was like, oh, I probably should be playing this.
see, the problem is you haven't finished the show. So finish the show.
Oh, okay,
And then,
okay,
because there may be some spoilers.
Yeah.
Particularly because according to the articles that I have read up on that, by the way, it was posted originally. The first one who posted up in the group was Alex Infante. Thank you so much for that. Because the moment I saw it, I hit the link, downloaded it. I was like, it's in there.
This is it. This is mine.
So basically, what the game basically looks like, it looks like an overhead, almost, almost like
Dude, I can't believe this is hard for. Yeah, I was gonna say, I can't believe this is hard for you. This is Zelda 3.
Sort of. As well,
Very.
yeah, I guess so. So I mean, you figured it looks Link to the Past type thing.
Yes, exactly.
The difference, of course, instead of Hyrule, you are in the town of Hawkins, which is from the show. You do sort of collect characters as you go along. So you start off as the captain, the police captain. Then I've already collected one character, and you basically go through the thing, following certain events. But the town is huge. This is a meaty game for a game on my.
Oh, mobile game have already departed that little.
No, I know. I just didn't know that this being because it's free. I should have started with this is a free game.
Probably
on
gonna be like a
iOS.
40-hour thing.
Yeah, it is. It's so far really, really good. I love the sound effects. I love the hints, the little throwbacks to certain things of the time.
Yeah.
Like you walk over to a phone and the captain was, "Oh, who are you gonna call?" You know, just little things like that. But yeah, I'm enjoying the heck out of it. And it's actually, like I said, there's a lot to it, which I'm really enjoying. But it feels like that old school Super Nintendo game. Yeah, like a very Super Nintendo game.
Does he have like? I mean, you mentioned that this is free. Does he have free to play elements, or is this like an advert game?
If it has free to play minutes, I haven't seen any. My understanding, it's more of an advert game because that's what I was going to say. If you collect a certain amount of Eggos, for instance, because everybody knows that 11 loves Eggo waffles, then you can possibly unlock scenes from season 2.
Well, then, if that wasn't an advertisement for Eggo, then I don't know what it is.
Exactly.
If I remember reading correctly, that they didn't have in-app purchase, so it's a free-to-play game with no microtransaction to it.
Oh, there you go. So it's
so definitely worth it. Especially, like I said, it's a good game. I actually here yesterday, Joey was here. I was like, dude, you got to check this out. You got to check this out. And I basically reset the game so he can play from the beginning. And then I'm talking to Tina for a while, and he's just there playing for like 20 minutes, and I'm like,
"That's awesome."
So it's pretty entertaining, and I definitely.
What are you
recommend
battling though?
Well, I only battle one. You're battling like some scientists. If you know the show, you know what I'm saying. But some scientists and some characters that some shoot, some have clubs and all that stuff. They're like security guards.
Are you attacking like Zelda style? I mean, not with a sword, but are you attacking with?
Well, yeah. The way it works, instead of having one character, Link has a bunch of little tools that he can use and weapons. Each character will have their different version of it. So, for instance, the cop, he'll come up and just sock somebody, because he's all about hitting people in the face. And then right now, Caleb, I think, is the one. Well, maybe that's his real name. I can't remember his name in the show, but one of the kids, he has like a wrist rocket or one of those slingshots. Oh yeah. So that's what So if you switch to him, you can slingshot. You know what I mean?
Okay, nice.
So instead of switching weapons, you switch characters, and they do different things. Yeah. So that's essentially how it plays out. And it's actually, like I said, man, it's pretty tight.
The moment I saw it posted, I also thought I'll download it, but then I figured, okay, I probably need to finish. You need
to finish it, dude. You're way. You have to start from the beginning now. Let's be real.
Probably, yeah.
You know what I mean?
I wouldn't mind.
Hey.
Yeah.
Marathon happening in my house, 21st of October. Just letting you know.
Oh, okay, all right. Then I might wait for that. Then
yeah,
hey. There you go.
I was gonna say join us for that.
8 episodes. Back to back.
There you go. There's just 8.
They're just 8. That's what I'm saying.
I probably finished it and didn't even know it. No.
You would know. Yeah, you would know.
Yeah. I would know.
So definitely, it's on iOS and Android, so there's no excuse for anybody unless you have some weird phone that doesn't have either of those operating systems.
Windows Phone. I feel sorry for you.
Poor Windows Phone. But yeah, that's pretty awesome. And the only other thing that I've been doing is I just started. Oh, before I do that, I want to give a quick shout out to No Clips. Or No Clip, excuse me. It's No Clip. It is a YouTube channel, and it's headed up by a guy in the industry. You may know him as Danny O'Dwyer. He basically...
he used to work at GameSpot.
Yeah, he's a GameSpot. He was part of Kind of Funny for a little bit, but now he's something happening. He's not in.
Well,
Kinda
he's
Funny.
he's full time on this now.
This is primarily what he does. So what No Clips is essentially a 100% completely crowdfunded video game documentaries, and they are really, really well
Yeah,
done.
they
I'm
have
talking-
very
this
good
is some
production
good
values.
production value
Yeah.
behind this. I mean, the beauty of it, zero ads. You can play this at any point. There's zero ads that will play before, during, or after.
That's awesome.
Completely. I mean, I'm telling you. And then, of course, the topics. You have the very first one was.
Was it Doom?
No. Before that was. Rocket League.
Rocket League.
Rocket
oh,
League
yeah.
was the first one, so it kind of it's the history of how Rocket League came from that super battle car, super something battle
remember.
cars. So it kind of showed the evolution from that to and then of course how Rocket League took off, and it's very interesting because I mean, if you're, speaking of Rocket League specifically, it was a scary thing for them to do the PlayStation Plus thing because they didn't know, especially when their first game didn't really sell. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they were like, this may cap what we can ever get. But no.
And now that's a
they're
platform
fucking
now for
rolling it,
them.
yeah.
It's like,
So the most recent one that just started, which is it's funny I said that, but which is good. It just started this week. Episodes 1, 2, and 3 are already available. It's for The Witcher. It's a 6-part series. And actually, I should say it's more of like CD Projekt Red.
yeah.
But it is focused on the Witcher series, where CD Projekt came from. Very interesting stuff, dude. Poland was not a place for gaming back in the day.
No.
You know what I mean?
No.
There was this one thing. This is kind of a spoiler, but during that time, the games was to come on like cassette tapes.
Yeah.
So the radio station would say tune in at 5 something, and we're gonna whatever, and then you can sit there and record the
Oh
games with
yeah,
the radio
because back
station.
then, you could actually that's on the games came out on tape cassettes. So and you could record them. I heard about that.
Yeah.
the radio station will actually play the little like blips and bloops and like
And it would just
not the game, just like literally the I guess like the
effects?
modem sound.
Yeah.
No, the modem sound. You know how that's how modem used to
Yeah.
transmit data.
Yeah.
Well, that's how cassette. That's what the cassette will record, so that then you'll play it on
it.
your
And it
tape.
would send that data to
And it will
yeah.
send the data to the computer, and suddenly you have a game. It was kind of like the internet
Yeah.
back in the day.
It's pretty-
And it was
pretty
pretty
tight.
awesome.
In
Yeah.
other words, that's how you download your game.
Yeah, that's pretty much how
that's how they
yeah.
share games. Obviously, the gaming market was really, really small back then. It kind of explains just the craziest things that they had to go through before they became what they are now. Definitely, 100% recommended. Definitely, I recommend No Clip as well. I actually became a patron. I said, the hell with that. This guy is doing some seriously good work. Here's money. I'm a monthly subscriber of
I
his-
support that idea. I actually watched a couple of his other documentaries. Also, he did one that was to me was fantastic, and I think Gilberto, who is a big fan of this game, which is Final Fantasy 14.
Yeah.
Will really
The
enjoy
Realm Reborn, yeah.
exactly. How that game came from that release being like an unmitigated disaster. Like the game couldn't have been a worse blemish in the for Square Enix. How that got in the we're talking about an MMO here, which usually takes years and years, to develop. How they pretty much got this game rolling in about 2 years
After
they
the initial
basically from
release, right? Yeah.
scratch. From scratch, they made it, and right now is probably the best MMO there's out there,
And it's still subscription, if I'm not mistaken, right?
and it's it's still subscription based. And
what other one has subscription other than WoW?
yeah, other than World of
Yeah.
Warcraft and this one, I can't think. EVE Online is the
EVE
only other
Online,
one, and
yeah.
it's because those people are like
Dedicated.
really dedicated. Yeah.
We'll leave it at that.
No, because I was gonna say special, but I didn't want to use that. I
think-
didn't want to sound like the bad connotation. I mean, like no,
Any
they're
of the other
dedicated.
ones would be probably smaller, lesser known MMOs that I can really think of because I know
That are
RuneScape
subscription?
now. Yeah, RuneScape now is subscription.
Is it
Oh
something?
yeah.
Okay.
Oh, subscription. Yeah, that's
That
another group
now-
of
now it is.
dedicated players.
Dedication, yeah. So, but
So-
the point is that they were able to make or get a group of dedicated people say, no, hey, we'll subscribe.
Yes.
Here we go. Yeah.
And the whole story, it was very fantastic. I
Yeah.
told you that's when I told you, man, you got to see this. You got to see
Yeah,
this.
you can put me on
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
Put me on that, and
And
then I started from the beginning.
Honestly, I don't mind the game, like as long as all that money goes to the game itself to make it better.
Oh
for
yeah,
players.
yeah, most definitely. And and they're supporting the hell out of it. So
Yeah.
I mean, hey, they're doing good stuff there. So yeah, definitely recommend that. And keeping it on my last thing that I've been doing, keeping it on The Witcher. I actually started the Witcher book series.
Oh, snap.
Which
the
are-
actual Polish...
The Polish novels by
they're not
Andrzej
Pol-
Sapkowski.
Yeah.
Yes, I started the book series. Obviously, I'm not doing it in Polish. But
You totally should.
hey, I was authentic as you can get.
Exactly, for authenticity.
He'll be like, I have no what this says, but this is awesome.
Yeah, it sounds
Whip out your
great.
Duolingo, and then as you're
Oh,
listening,
Jesus.
word by word.
Actually, you know what?
No,
I
you
think
can get
Duolingo has
the-
Polish.
You can get that Google Translate now, the earbud.
Oh yeah, which for that I might as well just listen in English.
Exactly.
How about just listen to the English
Yeah.
translation?
But no, definitely. I've only started the very first book. I had to go online to see which one because I want to get it in the order. Yeah. I went with the chronological order, just because I don't have
That
any
makes sense.
connection to anything. So I'm like, it's okay. I'll do it from the order of the
were
beginning to
released?
the very end.
Yeah. Wait, were they released out of order? I mean,
Well, from what I was looking at our website, it appears as if because they had it in the order of release and they had the order of chronological order, and there were some differences. So I was like,
okay.
But I
it's like getting back. It's like going into like a new person going into
Yeah,
Star Wars.
exactly,
It's like, where do I start?
Yeah. Oh God, no.
I don't know. See, I don't know if I would suggest starting chronologically. Although I guess maybe.
I would suggest chronologically
Chronological, right?
and
Yeah.
just continue chronologically, and 1, 2, and 3 never happened.
Well, but the thing is, though, for someone who's never seen or heard of Star Wars, starting from 1, 2, 3 might not. They might think of it as
This is
differently
horrible.
f- no,
Well, I
differently
mean,
from
they have
us.
no attachment to it.
Exactly.
Yeah.
They'll
Yeah.
think
They
of
may
it
actually
as
think it's
something different.
good. Shameful.
Yeah.
But anyway.
Yeah.
But no, yeah, the Witcher book series. Again, I am only a part way in through the first book, so I guess I'll hold off to say. But I'm already enjoying it. Really well written. Of course, I'm listening to the translated version, which was translated pretty well. I mean, if this was the original text, I can see why, just from the beginning that I'm in, why people got so attracted to this storyline, because it's really, really well done, very intricately written. The only I was telling you, the only weird thing that I have is Geralt. So I have Geralt's voice in my head because I've played Witcher 3 for God knows how long, and to hear the guy do a Geralt in a accent that I'm not used to hearing, and I'm going, okay, I don't know what to say here, So it's weird because he sounds.
Or Dominican?
No. He sounds
no.
almost. I don't want to say. See, I don't know because I don't insult anybody, but it sounds
No,
to
we're
me
just
maybe.
saying what it says.
It sounds
matter.
maybe a little Scottish, but not Scottish. Not
Okay.
like his like for instance, if you played Witcher, the oh gosh, the dwarf that is his friend, this short bald dwarf. I don't know if you know who I'm talking about, but he has a real Scottish accent. You know what I mean?
As all dwarfs do.
Yeah, for whatever
Throughout
reason.
the
That's just
time and
typical.
time again,
That's
yes.
just typical freaking
Tolkien.
yeah, fantasy
so-
stuff.
Well, Torbjorn, he's Swedish.
The,
He's
yeah,
Swedish. That's
I
the
think he is
only one
Swedish,
who's
yeah.
not.
Yeah,
He
the
still
name
sounds-
Torbjorn. Yeah, that's a.
Oh yeah. I guess.
No, he's Swedish.
Yeah, with that name.
Yeah,
he'll be.
yeah,
Swedish,
he's Swedish, yeah,
So,
so.
definitely.
But,
true and true.
He's
Yeah.
the only one, but every single one of them has an accent.
So maybe that's what it is. Maybe some sort of because he has an accent as well, but not Scottish. But I don't know. So the point is that the guy's
Something
using.
He sounds like
European.
he's from the Riviera.
Yeah, exactly. And then of course the characters are like, oh, yeah, I recognize you. Apparently you're a Rivian. And they mention them. Anyway, shout out to those books. So far, so good. I say book because I've only started with the first one, but definitely if they're anything like this, I definitely recommend it. So, and that is all that I've been doing, sir. Mr. Dreamy Twister.
Well, let's see. I am still deep into Yakuza, trying to get that, wrap it up, basically, because I feel like the game's having me hostage for a little bit. But I did manage to play another game. Excuse me. Sorry about that. So I did manage to play Forza Motorsports 7.
Oh, okay. Yes, you got it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
That's interesting.
Yes.
Oh, it's out already?
It is out. It came out. I'm playing on PC because, of course, I don't have an Xbox. I'm hearing good. Well, the game runs well on my machine. It runs good. But I've been hearing that some people are having some issues here or there. But here's the thing.
Nothing game breaking. Just
No,
hitches?
nothing.
Okay.
Well, buying the
away
game
from
was almost a
smoking.
groundbreaking experience because you
Holy
couldn't
shit,
fucking download it from the. I'm sorry. You can download it from the from the Windows Store because it will download a chunk and then it'll error out.
Oh, wow.
So that was annoying.
Yeah.
And I can't imagine because then you have to start from the beginning. The Windows
okay.
stores,
Yeah.
the Windows Store. Why would the platform holder had the worst problems when it comes to downloading programs of that?
Surprised you held on. I would have just asked for my money back.
Well, I probably could. I wanted to play it because I'm a big fan of Forza. Well, I wouldn't say the series. I would say Forza Horizon series
Yeah.
because what I was going to bring up was the fact that this game it's racing. It looks freaking gorgeous, amazing. Like they're top notch graphics, the weather effects, the feel of the cars. Very, very good. Top notch. You got to give them. And then they have so many cars. It's like almost,
Why
over
did you get it?
700.
Was that the reason why? Because it just had a lot of cars? Or what? Because I know you're not into the motorsports, so you're more into the Horizon. What led you to get this?
It had a good price.
Okay.
Yeah. So,
Fair enough.
I mean, it could have been. It could've been
and
the way
I
it
wanted to
drove.
contrast it because I had. If it's a good racing game, I'll stick to it and for hours, for a while. I will play it. Forza Horizon 3, like I can't tell you how many hours do I have in that game because that's my go-to sometimes when I'm bored and I don't feel like playing anything else. It's great soundtrack, so it feels good to while you're playing it, doing crazy stuff. The whole world is fantastic and it feels like a living world. Forza Motorsport, on the other hand, it still feels too sterile for me, for my taste. They're getting better. They're not Gran Turismo levels, although Gran Turismo now is getting better on that front because it used to be that if it just felt like the world of cars only, and there was nothing else. And then Forza wasn't helping a lot. The Forza series wasn't helping a lot with, yes, the cars are beautiful, but then you go see the people and they look like cutout of people of a civilization that used to live here before the vehicles took over. So no, this is not a problem with 7 in particular, but it still feels a little bit sterile after coming from Forza Horizon. And besides, Forza Horizon feels like a much like a funner game. Mm-hmm.
Clearly, they have the Hot Wheels download. I mean, they're playing around with it. So
yeah, they're having a good time, and just driving those cars and doing the things you do on them, it just naturally feels good. And the fact that it's a festival, it does feel like you see the people cheering you on the festival areas, and the music of like I said, the soundtrack is fantastic. The music here it's poor.
Oh,
it's like
wow.
it doesn't have any of that. Yeah, because
Really?
you don't have your radio. It's a racing game, so you're not listening to the radio. You're not changing chat. This is not Outrun.
Okay.
You're not listening to Splash Wave. But on Forza Horizon, you have different stations that will feed you different type of music. That was awesome. And sometimes I'll be playing that game with like Shazam right next to me. Like every time I hear a good title, I will Shazam it and
it's
I'll
licensed
get
music.
it. Yes.
Wow,
It's
okay.
real licensed, awesome music.
Okay.
Yes, great artists.
So
Over here, it feels
this
like
one, is it like
it
they
feels-
made it or
It almost feels like that. Yeah. At least I haven't been able to get a station, and so it's your typical like guitar, heavy guitar movies in some and music in some menus, for example. But then when you go to the race, all you hear is the.
There's no music while you're racing?
No.
Oh shit!
It sounds fantastic. Like I said, the focus on this one is it's just motorsports, and I think that's where it kind of loses a lot of the soul for me.
Okay.
I know this is supposed to be like the primary, the primary title. This is Forza, and then Horizon is more like an offshoot of like, okay, now let's take this engine and let's just make something fun and crazy. They're like the secondary of the series. To me, it's gonna be a Forza Horizon, the one that I'm gonna be looking at.
Okay.
And this one, I'm not sure if I'm gonna continue playing it, to be honest, because I might just go back to Forza, Motorsport, Horizon.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I might just go to that. Huh?
So you play what you want.
Yeah. But I was looking forward because then again, the models of the vehicles are amazing, and they're not doing the thing that Gran Turismo, the previous Gran Turismo did, which is like, hey, these are the premium cars, and these are the ones that you can like look around, and then the rest it's just like, you don't want to see them close or you can't, or you don't have a freaking cockpit. On this one, everything is modeled, and that is an amazing achievement to me, and another thing is it has like 700 cars, like I was telling you about, but it doesn't have any Toyotas.
Yeah, well,
Toyotas are out, but I felt it. You kind of feel the lack of Toyotas. You almost feel like
really,
you have so
cars?
many cars. Yeah, there's something about like I understand before it was not having Porsches, right? But even though you wouldn't put those at the same level, I think I'd rather have the Toyota lineups of like even the low end cars and. Put a Tercel. Who cares? Rather than all the Porsches that you can have.
There's a car you want to take onto a track.
I know, right? Yes.
A Tercel.
Hey, I saw a lot of those back in the La Fiebre.
Oh yeah.
You see them. You see them all the time. So anyway, if you find it at a good price every now and then, like Green Man Gaming will be having 25% or something like that. Just grab it. If you think you might like it. I don't think I'm gonna continue on it. A lot. Who knows? I might pick it up later. But and let me see. I did that. I told you about Yakuza already. Oh, I can't think of an. Oh, I started reading or listening to it. The actual. I don't know. Did I mention it?
Yeah, you mentioned
it.
last time.
But how far did you get into it this time?
Oh, well, it looks like I told you that it feels like the book starts and it feels like it is after the events of the movie. I think the book is more. It starts, it starts after the events of the movie, but then at one point the book, goes back and tells you about what happened. What happened in the movie, or maybe I don't know if it's gonna be exactly the same. But still, it's freaking fantastic.
Yeah, I mean, that's good.
Stephen King. Listening to that, I'd like, for example, I didn't hear it. I didn't hear it on our way here today because I didn't want to have the feeling of that uncomfortable feeling.
Oh, okay.
I didn't want to feel not spooked or anything like that. It's just like it could get depressing. It could get downright,
He also doesn't want to be looking over his shoulder every few seconds.
Imagine, I see
you're gonna freak out when you see a red balloon.
Yeah, freaking no, dude, no. The other day, I swear, I was stopped at a light, and I started I put it. And as I was playing, as the audiobook was playing, I saw a yellow balloon.
Oh.
It was a yellow balloon. But see, on the book, it doesn't make mention of, it was a red balloon. They say balloons of all colors. So it didn't matter. The fact that I just saw balloons like flying up, it kind of like freaked me out at that moment. I was like, oh, crap.
Don't look in the gutters.
It was hilarious. It was hilarious.
Stay away from gutters.
Anyway, I think that's, for the most part, all I've been doing.
Awesome. Miss Shadow, what you been up to?
So on the Forza thing, don't they know that the way of racing is to listen to upbeat music.
Yeah.
I know exactly.
I agree.
You want to go with? Hey, have they gotten nothing from Mario? Mario, what do you call
Mario Kart?
Mario Kart?
Yeah. Hell yeah.
That music
Hell.
was awesome.
Hell, when I'm driving on the golf course, I mean, I want to hear some music.
I mean, to be fair, it still does the thing where you can just put whatever you want to listen to on your Xbox. You know.
Of course, but you're
but-
playing on PC, so you can do the same thing anyway.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but like sometimes you just want to listen to the in-game music.
I want to discover songs.
Yeah.
God, how many bands have I discovered by listening to their song on a game? Foster the People, one of my favorite bands right now.
Foster the People?
Yeah,
Okay.
they were on the
did-
soundtrack of SSX.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, they
We're
were,
going
yeah,
back.
they were.
Huh?
So yeah, they were.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I was.
Awesome.
So I'm gonna start what I was watching this week. I started and finished Jessica Jones.
Ooh,
Jessica
season
Jones.
1. Nice.
Oh yeah.
Nice. What do you think?
It's good. There were some parts that felt a little cliche
Yes.
and lagging, but it was good.
Somewhere towards like the middle end area.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
I kind of
I
felt
found
that way.
myself looking at my phone a bit while I was listening. When I know that
Oh,
there
you're
were just
like,
some parts where I'm like,
Yeah.
kind of don't want to do this, but I want to see how it ends.
Yeah, no.
Now I'm curious of where was it, because I started it and at one point I just left it and never felt the need to go back. I don't do TV a lot.
No, I can tell.
I don't either, but sometimes I want to.
Yeah.
And another thing, I played Cuphead with my brother because he
Ooh,
got
Cuphead.
it.
Nice.
Nice. Tell us about.
Cuphead.
I was surprised. I thought that you were gonna be the one, Mad Dog, that was gonna mention.
Oh, tune in
They were
next
playing.
week, my friend.
He'll get it eventually.
So tell us.
I like the way it's drawn because every scene is hand drawn. It's awesome. It reminds you of the old cartoons.
Yeah.
Yes,
Old Max
yeah,
Fleischer
gorgeous,
ones,
yeah.
yeah.
It's a little challenging, but it's more of on timing.
Mm-hmm.
You got to time, but the more you play it, the more you'll learn, the ropes. You learn their movements, and you'll get past it. Like, I was playing with my brother. That's how I first started it, and he would get through these bosses like nothing because he played it more than me, and I'm dying like almost instantly.
Oh, yeah. Oh, so you're doing the co-op.
Yeah, we're doing the co-op.
Awesome, yeah.
And I was going to stream it on Tuesday, but there was a little issue with Xbox that
Uh-oh.
aggravated me. So I found out that you can't be on the same console in the same party at the same time.
To stream?
Yeah. And in
Oh, that's-
general,
Oh, really?
yeah.
On the
that-
same console in the same party.
Yep.
Oh, so you can only do an online party. You can't be local party. Mm-hmm. That's
So
weird.
only
Yeah,
one
you
person
should-
could talk.
Yeah.
And then there's not gonna be a.
So that's why I didn't stream it.
Well, that's crap. Come on,
It is.
Microsoft. What the hell?
Because
Wow.
my brother tried to argue with me. I'm like, no, Sony does this, PlayStation does. So I told him to turn on my PS4, and I put us in a party, and we could hear each other just fine on the same console.
Really?
Wow,
Well, that's
I never
a
even thought
first.
about that. Yeah.
I mean,
Exactly.
if any of you guys that have an Xbox want to clarify this for us, or if you have experience, or if there's a way or a workaround or whatever, let us know.
Yeah.
I was reading online, and I found that a way to actually let it happen is you have to get the splitters. I'm like, I'm not going to waste my time on something that should have been there.
Yeah.
Splitters. Okay,
Yeah,
I
the
got you.
3.5 splitters.
Wow.
No, that sounds like a workaround.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Or it sounds like a
sign.
selling of an accessory. Yeah.
Oh
Probably,
yeah,
yeah.
Or an accessory. Yes, if
I
you
guess,
want to be
I don't know, because I like to do couch co-op.
couch.
Oh yeah,
Oh, cool.
absolutely.
Can't speak. And, they do have split-screen games that you can play online, like Gears of War for one.
Yes,
And Halo, which was their biggest thing until 5.
yes.
So, we would usually play on the same console, especially if you only have that one console.
Yeah. Of
And
course, if you exactly. Yeah,
And
that
you
doesn't
want
make
it.
sense. That's
really
crazy.
doesn't.
I never even
Now I
thought about
wonder.
That's
Can-
what grinded my gears a bit.
I would imagine
that. Can imagine. Yeah.
if you are playing, can you play co-op online? I keep saying co-op. It's 2 players because it's not like you. It's not like you can play versus of the game.
On
True.
Cuphead?
Yeah.
Can you play versus?
As far, I don't know, but I think my
think so.
brother said that you can play online
You can play online? Okay.
with somebody else.
So obviously,
good, yeah.
you don't have an
I
X.
don't know for sure.
You don't have an Xbox. But you gotta get
And
on
I'm gonna
P-
get
on
it on PC anyway, yeah,
All right.
so.
All right.
Yeah,
That's
but it's a
interesting. I'd like to know more about that.
Yeah, I was a bit
That's crazy.
irritated by that it should have been there since day one.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Unless they don't realize that the majority of their players do couch co-op.
Yeah,
I would think they do,
may have
yeah.
been may not have been a priority for them. You know what I mean?
Well, not if you're streaming, maybe.
Is that what it is? Is it because you're streaming that it won't let you do it?
Yeah.
No, I wasn't streaming. I put us in a party first before I even
Before you
tried
even try to
anything,
stream.
and it wouldn't
Oh.
even work.
Wow,
Oh wow.
that's crazy.
Yeah,
It
that's.
is.
Could it be because hey, you don't need to be in the party? You don't need to be in a party because you're sitting right next to each other.
Yeah.
Well, then why would PS4 do it?
Well, I
don't
mean,
know.
also if you're gonna stream, you want to be able to talk
Yeah,
into
you wanna hear
the-
both,
into
'cause
the-
if
Yeah,
you
yeah.
just
That's what I'm
hear-
saying. I'm
Yeah.
thinking that maybe Microsoft not thinking ahead of streaming. They're thinking of why waste the bandwidth?
yeah. If you're right
if
there.
You're right there.
I
You know?
gotcha.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Because it just
weird.
it just sounds weird if just one person's talking and they're talking to somebody else and they're just like, what are they saying?
Yeah. All you hear is the background.
That's what they sound.
Yeah,
they sound
exactly.
like the
Charlie
teacher
Brown
from
teachers,
Charlie
yeah.
Brown, yes.
Yep. And just today, actually, I played a bit of the Star Wars beta.
Oh,
Oh
nice.
crap!
Yeah.
Yes, I did that too. Tell,
Yeah.
tell us your impressions.
Honestly, I like it a lot better than the first one.
Yeah, obviously.
It's a
yeah.
lot smoother. I
It
even
does.
played the Starfighters, and I thought I was gonna go crazy. You know the
Oh,
way it controls are.
oh,
The
I
controls
went-
are very, very simple for
I
me.
no for the flying.
Yeah.
I went crazy on them.
Like-
I had to change because for some reason it wants to default you to regular first-person shooter controllers. I mean,
not
view.
invert, not invert. Yeah.
Not invert when
Yeah.
you're flying something. This is the only place where inverted should be allowed,
Oh,
which is
yeah.
when flying vehicles, and you won't do it. So you mean to tell me that I press up and my X-wing ends up going up?
When you press up, that's
This
what
is
throttle
a-
you go faster. I looked at the controls after my first crash.
So
Yeah,
up is to
I
go
was not-
faster.
Yes.
I was
Oh, wow.
not a fan. I was
And-
not a fan of.
Are you able
the-
to at all change it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, you can change it.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
left on the left analog, left and right is to roll.
The barrel roll.
Yeah, I found myself so
It's
many
a little
times.
confusing. But
Yeah.
you got used to it.
That was. I hope so because I want to like this game because, it's Battlefield and Star Wars. Matched
But
together.
you can change it.
Yeah. I assume
But-
if you long as you can update it. I just don't know why.
I found out that I was able to change I was able to put the inverted on, which is okay, but still the controllers were a little unwieldy too. But I just found that my ship was just it was going where I wanted it to go for the most part, but sometimes it'll be like inverted. And it's
because you were doing the
other-
barrel roll. Yeah.
because
yeah.
I'm doing the barrel roll without realizing.
Oh, okay.
Honestly,
So-
if you if we don't have a machine to move us the way the ship moves, you would get confused
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah. I guess like who knows how X-wings control, right? Because
This is
I'm
true.
thinking they should control like F6,
maybe
F16s.
maybe
Yeah,
up
eventually.
is faster.
F16. Maybe a bit faster on the But I played X-wing versus TIE fighters, and up was not faster.
No,
that was
sure,
a
yeah.
freaking throttle for it.
So let me ask you. Oh yeah, throttle. Yeah.
Yeah, they
Let me ask
should. The controller has
Throttles.
Yeah, they should.
Let
Should be
me
like-
let me ask you a question about the
about that.
flying, specifically the flying part.
Mm-hmm.
When you do the barrel roll, is the camera following the ship, or is the ship just doing that?
No, it's following.
so
the ship
you're
as it's
the
going.
whole thing is,
Well,
So
your
you-
whole horizon is shifting.
is shifting.
Yeah, so you will find
so the ship is
yourself-
always flat. in
Yeah,
front.
yeah, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
I got you.
Yeah, you will find yourself kind of like moving with the ship.
Yeah.
trying
Oh, I'm
to
sure.
see.
Yeah.
I'm sure. I'm already getting like, ooh, just thinking about it.
It is. Yeah. No, I mean, it plays beautifully, but it looks beautiful, but it plays. It's a little weird because I don't know if you had this problem, but like I was trying to find out who the hell was shooting at me.
Oh,
Yes,
He
I've had that
doesn't have a
problem
bug,
few
or
times.
if he does, I don't know. I haven't discovered. The problem is they don't want to properly make a simulation out of this when they should. I'm not talking about make it difficult and suddenly you need to have like pedals and freaking yoke or anything. I'm saying I'm saying, hey, I'm getting attacked. I want to attack the closest enemy. There should be a button for that. I want to attack the enemy that is attacking ship of interest, for example. There should be a button for that. Instead, all I saw was like, oh shit, I'm taking damage. I don't know. It's telling me there's an indicator.
No radar?
There's an indicator, but then no, the radar is full with dots, so you can't tell of all those dots who is shooting at you. So you kind of have to like dance around and
barrel and
and you're never like I could not find, and I can be corrected.
The A-wing, one of its powers is targeting, so you can target people.
So you can't what were you flying?
I flew all the ships. But
okay. I guess it has to be
X-wing,
some sort of lock on.
Well, the problem.
It locks on if you're close enough. You have like a little white circle, so you can see them and target them. But other than that,
Yeah, but they get lost really easy. Like honestly, the only people that can shut down was the people that suddenly just crossed my sight. I could not like look for an enemy, a particular target of interest and attack it. So that was kind of like, oh man. So
it's in beta.
I'm hoping,
obviously, it can be brought up and maybe they can make some adjustments.
Yeah, I'm hoping that they actually.
Think about it. The beta's now early October, comes out late November. So.
Yeah, but that seems like something major. That seems like something that we'll have to add. Again, unless it's already there and I just didn't know how to access it, but I couldn't. I mean, I checked the controls. I couldn't find it.
Or we're playing some sort of earlier build. I mean, who knows?
Because they didn't have dogfights in the previous game. I mean, they did, but very like...
Well, it came out later, yeah. And it was...
But it wasn't exclusively
VR too.
A mode for dogfights in the first game. Like,
yeah, that's a shame. Also... And this could be also, I don't know if you noticed this, but it could be also part of the fact that it was beta. On the ground attack, which is on Naboo, I think we've seen footage of this from E3.
Yeah.
So as you're killing characters, you make points. Sorry, I didn't mean to hijack this, but I just have a question. And eventually you get enough points to where you get a hero character. But suddenly. Sometimes you can choose in the case that of the I was playing not the Alliance, whatever was the clones.
Trade Federation?
Yeah, no, the clones.
The clones.
Yeah,
okay.
I could suddenly get a ship like one of the ship, and all the ship will do will be like going around, but because it's going so freaking fast, and the map suddenly when you're on a ship. That map is not as big. I mean, it's big when you're on the ground, but when you're on a ship, you're like zooming through it so fast that I literally was not able to target anything.
You could not
shoot. I was just flying around, shooting, but I don't know. I was not hitting anything because I could not see anything because nothing will pass. It was like, what is the point? I just wasted all the points in getting this hero class, starship, and I can't do jack.
I didn't even bother with that. I wanted to actually do the whole fighting on its own mode before I did it on this, and I found that on foot. It was better to be with a group of people instead of being out in the open by yourself.
Oh, yeah.
Definitely, yeah. What heroes did you...
And my favorite is the heavy.
The heavy?
The heavy, yeah. Oh, the heavy, yeah.
So you playing clone as well? Or
you play clone and there's an officer there that he's really good also. There's an officer. They're classes, basically.
I know. But what heroes did you, other than your Starfighter, you had any other heroes? Rey or anybody like that?
Yeah, you get Rey.
I didn't do any of the heroes, but I know you get Rey.
You get Rey. You get Chewie.
Did you get any? Is what I'm saying.
Did I? I got Darth Maul.
Darth Maul. Okay. How did that play? How did that feel?
Again, and this speaks to the fact that I didn't play a lot of the first one, and I didn't know how to control him. I just felt like, hey, I see you, and I'm obviously overpowered, so I'm gonna kill you easily. But if a bunch of you, get on me, I'm gonna go down because I don't know how to block.
Shots.
That's what I have.
If there's a way.
Oh, you got Darth Maul too?
Well, I did when I first started. I did the arcade mode, which you can do.
Oh yeah, I did that too.
So I played as you can only play as the Empire, so Darth Maul, just to get a feel of it. And it took me, I guess, the second try, and also looking at the controls to see how to play them.
Okay.
And the way the game feels like it's really fast paced. Like all it is just fast paced. There's no slow down moments. Like
It
you
looked that
just
way from E3.
shoot and you keep going.
Yeah, that's good.
I,
I'm not gonna. Honestly, I know it's out. I know I'm gonna buy it. I'm not. I have no.
yeah, you
no
don't want to
desire.
join us.
Yeah,
You don't want to join us on the beta. Say it.
Yeah.
You can
No,
just say it.
it's just I'm gonna get the game. I don't want to. I don't want to have to even bother with beta. I'm sure it'll be fixed.
I don't know, I'm not gonna play all week, and maybe gonna play a few more times, and then
Yeah, me too. I just
uninstall
want to
it.
get the feel of how this game is gonna be, and so far it's good. You say it's fast paced. See, I found it. Yes, the action is happening and it's nonstop the action, but the movement of everybody feels like a little tweak towards the slower side.
Oh, not when you're playing Darth Maul.
No. Oh yeah, no. When you're playing that more, you just like
You zip it
jacking
around.
fools and killing everybody. Yeah, but when you're playing a regular character, it's a little bit more methodical, which might be good because this is gonna bring a lot of people that maybe are not into first-person shooters a lot, and they're just curious. And now here's a fairly easy to grasp first-person shooter. Even though I'm glad that they didn't simplify it so much like the first Battlefront. At least it doesn't feel that way.
What I'm waiting for is single player because
Oh yeah.
I didn't mention, but in the beta when you first boot it up, you have Boyega in the intro talking about the game and what's going to be in
I think
it,
you saw
and
that
while
video.
showing
Yeah.
clips of
The gameplay.
the gameplay, and I'm just like, I want that.
That's another
single
reason why
player.
I'm like I don't want. There's been new trailers for the single player. I'm avoiding. I'm like, nope. I just want the game.
Honestly,
just give me
that's
the
the
game.
first time I saw anything on single player
No, I get you.
besides the whole
'Cause you have to avoid the others,
cinematic
yeah.
trailer of it.
Oh man, that first trailer though.
Oh yeah.
Hope cannot save them. I'm like, oh yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Oh man.
And then we read the book.
And then oh god.
And then we were like, maybe this character not as cool as we thought it was gonna be, but let's give it a chance. Let's see. Maybe the story was written in a badass
Hopefully,
way for the
yeah.
game.
And I guess the last thing I did was an old movie called The Good, the Bad, and the Weird. It's an old Korean Western.
That's like one
movie.
of my favorites. Yes.
Korean Western.
Oh yes.
Yep.
I know it sounds
Okay,
weird.
yes.
But and
It's good.
Yes.
It is good.
Yes, that's one of
And
my
it's
favorites.
on Netflix. So
Is it on Netflix now?
Yeah,
Oh,
So
I own
everyone
it.
give
I
it-
got it on Blu-ray.
give it a try.
Wow.
Yeah, it's
But
good,
yes,
dude.
It is in Korean, so there is subtitles if you don't mind that.
Yes, and you really should just watch it in Korean. Forget about that.
Yeah.
Just
Of course.
learn to read fast.
I got no problem with that.
All right, guys, we're gonna go right into some news. There isn't a lot going on this week, so we'll run through these fairly quickly. I'm gonna start here because I want to jump off of Shadow's watching of Jessica Jones. The actress Kristen Ritter, who plays the main character Jessica Jones, of course, she tweeted out recently that season 2 is happening and is confirmed
Okay.
and will be arriving 2018. So that's coming up soon. Are you excited
good,
for it now that
though.
you've seen the series?
Yes, and also because I wanted to try and get into that Marvel timeline, but you couldn't really do it without watching season 2.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
If you saw it,
season 2 of
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones, okay, I
Because
got
on the
it.
timeline, you have season 2, but then you have a movie after it that's already out. So you would have to watch.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, that's interesting.
So I'm like, I can't start this without that out.
That's it's a weird situation. I don't know what
It is. Yeah. I
That's-
caught it when I first saw
You
it.
Marvel
There might be
fans
spoilers.
are way too strict about your movie watching.
No, it's because for the people who've never read the comics or anything or want
This
to
is
at
like
least
the perfect. Yeah.
yeah.
Especially if this is your entry level. Absolutely. Even if it's not, people just kind of want to go chronologically sometimes. And but that's a commitment. I mean, that is a commitment to get through all the series, all the films. That's a commitment. And then, hello, Marvel Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. is part of that. And that's 22
Yeah.
episodes per season.
Yeah.
Hour-long episode, or 43 minutes. Yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I'm excited for it too. Hopefully they do pick up a little bit better and maybe keep the action don't want to say, not that it has to
Keep
be
it
action packed, but
going,
yeah,
and
keep it going and
I guess less cliche moments.
yeah, exactly. Yeah, move away from certain tropes. I did like the Purple Man though. I forgot his name now.
David Tennant played him. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it was.
I did like his character and his
Kilgrave.
His Kilgrave, thank you. His ability. That's some scary scary stuff. Excuse me.
Yeah.
Some scary stuff.
Because I mean, it gives you a thought that usually in a lot of these superheroes, you always see the superheroes being good, but now you have it where these superheroes are trying to be normal, and then you have one being bad. It's giving you a what if
Yeah.
kind of thing.
Yeah, definitely. And
This is
a
when
serious one.
superheroes get real.
They get real.
Yeah.
Yes. Sir, you got the next piece?
You were playing Fortnite, Shadow. You were playing Battlegrounds Fortnite.
Once already. That's it.
Oh, that's it. Oh, it didn't grab you.
Yeah.
It didn't grab you to continue.
I kind of do want to, but like at the moment, there's other games that cause my attention.
Oh, I was wondering. Like, I was seeing a stream of it, and
It looks
it
decent,
looked-
doesn't it?
huh?
Decent.
It looked decent. Yeah, yeah. I'm not sure if it's gonna be my cup of tea because then again, it has like a lot of elements that are like way gamey. You know, I like my games cemented a little bit, just a little bit in like realistic.
Honestly, what it reminds me of, like the main game, it reminds me of Plants vs Zombies. That's what I get when I
Oh
play
wow!
it.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
yeah, yeah.
Because the hordes come in, they come in like the zombies would. So that, and also that whole cartoony-ish, the way Plants vs Zombie looks like, that's what I get when I play it.
So you were playing that small mode. Okay, I was referring to Battle Royale.
Well, that too, because it's whole cartoony.
I know. Yeah. It looks cartoon. And you control like you'll be trying to get to like a cliff on the top, and you can like you can build. Yeah, you can build like ridiculously fast as you're walking. You're building the bridge or the ramp that's gonna take you off, and that's kind of like
Well, can
that's
we
kind of
talk
silly.
about like how you can break down a house like nothing with
Oh
just
yeah,
a pickaxe?
yeah, with a pickaxe. Or you shoot a tree several times and it just bursts and
into wood.
disappears. Yeah,
Or
it
break a
disappears.
boulder and get cinder blocks out of it?
So I was not aware that this game already has passed 7 million players.
7 million players.
7
Yeah, but in
million
how long?
players. Well, not too long because didn't it took
It's only been a week. This is the first week.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's
That's what I
freaking
was asking.
insane. Wow. Yeah. It couldn't have been long. Yeah. Well, they're already having problems with cheaters, of course, and
I'm not surprised.
yeah, but the developers have started banning by the thousands players who have been cheating on Battle Royale, and they say addressing cheaters is Fortnite is the highest priority across Epic Games. So they're almost acknowledging already that this is actually like the main game that we want to make sure that.
I mean, hello, 7 million players. I don't think there's even a million players playing regular Fortnite.
No, I don't think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I think that probably got relegated to a mode.
Yeah.
Here's something that you can do.
Since it's free to play.
Yes.
Yep.
I don't know. I mean, it's like you. I probably have some other things already on the stove.
Honestly, I
but
also think it's kind of. I mean, I get what they're trying to do because the whole battle royale. I think I would consider it a genre now.
yeah,
That it's getting big, widely known. Everybody wants to get in on that, but the fact that it's kind of a slap to the face to PUBG a bit.
yeah.
Just saying.
Oh, this is serious. I mean, talk about they've already, they're already on console. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
This is
know.
7 million players already on console.
Yes, yeah.
And I've
don't know.
already had me and a group of friends were talking yesterday via party, and already some of them have downloaded it, played it, probably waiting for me to play it.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
So
Well, I kind of before you go next,
go
I
ahead.
kind of wanted to slid this one in because of course, we don't give too much love to the PC gaming crowd. I can see your face already, Mad Dog.
Good, just I'm all right.
Yes.
I am okay with you.
It is good to know
So-
the latest technology that will run our PCs like it would run a car.
There you go.
Exactly. So, if you guys remember, not too long ago, AMD had released a line of CPU of chips that were really good for multitasking. For streaming and playing
Risen,
game, for
right?
example, the first time,
This is
yeah,
the
we're talking
Risen?
about the Risen, yeah, and of course that suddenly looked like, hey, this might be the way to go if you're a gamer, on a budget and you want to build a kick-ass system, but you don't want to spend like a gajillion dollars. So, and I think, like for example, the Risen 5 costs around $200. For a chip, that's fantastic.
I
For a
think
chip that
'cause
can
I
actually give
have-
you like good enough gaming,
I have the
as long as you have a
AMD.
decent video card.
I have an older AMD one, and it's the 8350. I think
Oh.
I paid like 100, 200 because
Back in the day?
yeah, because
Yeah,
it was maybe
yeah.
a few years ago. So that's probably when it was almost like it came out for a bit, and then the next one, which was I think it was the 9 something.
I lost AMD. AMD. See, I liked it. Oh my god,
Well, I
I
was
can't
also on a
even.
budget.
Yeah, well, no. I love the idea of getting something that was not your typical, Intel graphics, or rather, sorry, Intel CPU. But their chips were never fast enough for my taste. And
It's actually understandable because AMD, they made them quote unquote specifically for like gaming, while Intel, they made it for a lot of
For a
different
lot-
things like streaming, making videos, a whole bunch of other things. That's why it's more favorable than
Yeah.
AMD.
And you don't want to buy a crazy like $800, $900, $1,000 chip
That's-
from Intel.
I was going to I wanted to do Intel, but at the time when I was looking for mine, the i7 was out.
Oh
And
yeah,
at the time, both that and the mother were both like $1,000 each. I'm like, I can't do that. And now you go back and look
No, but I'm talking
at
about-
the original i7s, and they're cheaper now.
they're cheap. But I'm talking about going for the extreme. This is boring. I'm mad to death over here.
no. Hey.
It's like it's
He's
melting.
learning something.
Continue what you guys want to talk about.
He's
So
being educated.
So anyway, you don't want to spend like on a gutful amount of money on a chip because you still have to buy all the other components, of course. And that chip is not gonna give you. I mean, it's gonna give you performance, but it's not much performance for the buck, And if you're considering maybe building something and want to go in the Intel route, well. There's a recent chip that came out that was announced is the Intel i5 8400, and it's also made to be competitive with the Ryzen or the Ryzen 5. To the fact that they were also pricing it down on about $200, or less than $200, and it has full 6 cores. It is amazing. Like this chip, they're saying, okay, this is the chip that you want to get if you're a gamer. If you want to, build your next platform, this is the one that you want to go for. There is, for those that are interested in knowing, there's not a real overclocking potential with this chip. Like you can't overclock it too much on it. That's about the only thing that it has against. Also, no hyper threading, which you might not need because usually most of the games don't use hyper threading a lot, if that. And also the fact that you're gonna need a new motherboard because apparently the platform. I didn't read what the platform was, but it's gonna be something different. This is a Coffee Lake chip, so it's gonna
Honestly,
need a
no
Coffee
matter
Lake.
what, I'm probably gonna need a new motherboard anyway.
Oh, you definitely need a new motherboard.
It's okay. We have another desktop that I can recycle my stuff.
There you go. Yeah. So I just wanted to put that out there.
Awesome.
Yeah.
The Shadow.
Nice.
You got the
Nice.
next piece?
So I want to do a little follow-up of an article that I did, I believe, last week about Steam.
Yes. The
So-
closing down of a bunch of games, right?
Yeah, so as a little recap, Valve pulled about more than 200 games of from a company named Silicon Echo. So a lot of shovelware games that they removed.
Good move.
And yeah, because that's how they were able to get to sell cheap games without having to pay the $100 fee that
The buy-in.
wanted. So now apparently Silicon Echo is actually leaving the developer industry for good this time.
All right.
No more?
Yes,
We finally
no
got him
more.
out.
Oh, wow. What the hell?
Yes, they saying that they feel like that they're forced to leave, but you're making cheap games, so
When you say cheap, you mean just crap games.
Just crap, yeah.
yeah, crap games.
extremely.
Yeah.
Cheap and bad.
Cheap and bad. With no
as
real
a flips.
purpose, yeah.
As a flips.
I hope other like shovelware developers see this.
Take note.
Yes.
Say, oh man,
Yeah.
we're about to get forced out.
Or in other words, that Valve doesn't take that.
No. That's
they
good.
want
That's
good
good. Valve needs to
games.
start taking control of their platform, of their library.
I know they took control of the bomb reviews that's been happening. It happened to Firewatch and more recently PUBG. So they've done I think it's called a herogram, which people can see the bars of good comments and bad comments.
I
So people
gotcha.
can see overall that these are just people, quote unquote, trolling or
Hating,
trying to review bomb versus
Oh, when
the
they're mad
actual
about something and
comments.
they're like, oh,
Yes.
well, I'm just going to review your game bad
Yeah.
for no reason.
And I'm
you
going
know.
to get a bunch of people to do the same thing.
Yeah.
Oh, awesome. Well, I'm glad that they're taking charge, and I'm not really sorry that these guys are leaving the industry.
Oh, those games look terrible.
Yeah. This weekend, if you're not aware, New York has their New York Comic Con. And we just got the first full-length trailer of Pacific Rim 2, or I think it's just called Pacific Rim Uprising. We just watched that. What do you think, sir? Ma'am?
It looks good.
It looks
Oh,
great.
I-
It looks
I
like
can't
this is what I wanted Transformer movies to be. You know,
Yeah.
And I'm talking specifically of the first Pacific Rim, mostly because Pacific Rim. Obviously, we haven't seen Pacific Rim. We only saw the trailer, but I mean, in the level of, just give us a cool story and likable characters. You know, forget about the ridiculous sexualization. Or the I don't know what to call it, but
Don't forget about the robot fights. That's also a big important thing of the movie.
yeah, but I just Transformers were bad movies, and
Yeah,
I can't forgive them.
In Pacific Rim, you can't forget the
Pacific
robot
Rim,
fights.
yeah.
the robot fights
one
were
of the biggest
fantastic.
Robots
things.
versus monsters, guys. I
Yeah,
cannot
exactly.
express how this is a simple premise. You
Yeah.
know what I mean? And the trailer, obviously, you can look at it, and it's got a lot of money behind it. It's a lot of special effects. It's a kid's movie. I don't want to say a kid's movie, but it's a kid like me.
It's a
who's
fantasy,
grown up.
yeah,
You know what
it's
I
a
mean?
kid
That
fantasy
you wanna
movie,
see
basically.
robots going against monsters, huge
Yeah,
building-sized monsters.
I mean,
and
that's two of my
that's the dream.
favorite things.
Yeah.
that's the dream.
and not to
That is the dream.
mention, we get to see more exposure of Boyega doing another sci-fi.
Oh no!
See,
Yeah, I've been watching Boyega films for a while.
Yeah, I know, but how many does he have? A lot of sci-fi.
His first one that he did that I saw him in, he may have done some smaller things before that, but the first one he was Attack the Block, which was
That
sci-fi.
was pretty sci-fi.
Yeah, that was pretty sci-fi. It was comedic, but also serious, and it was basically
Kind of like what the Pacific Rim is.
yeah, a little more serious.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's it's an alien invasion, invasion type of thing. But it takes place in Europe, and anyway, it's cool. Yeah, definitely good movie. But yeah, Pacific Rim Uprising. I didn't have a date here, so I'm not sure if there's a date. But you
I think
could
it's
just have been
sometime next year.
probably next year. Yeah. So yeah, we got the next piece.
I'll go. Street Fighter V, guys, the arcade edition.
Okay, never mind. Shadow, you go.
Be excited because it's coming out on January 16 for free if you already bought the version, because this is the patch that completes
patch,
it,
yeah.
basically.
I literally thought it was
Har, har, har,
literally
har.
going to be an arcade cabinet that you get to play.
Oh,
that would've
no,
been
no,
nice.
that would have been nice. That would have been nice. However, this version, our arcade version, as they're calling it, as the name suggests, it comes out with the arcade mode.
The missing arcade mode. That's
Yeah,
never
the
been
missing
there.
arcade mode is there. But they say they have it has more. Obviously, all 28 characters, which includes
Okay,
all of season 1 and season 2.
Question. I'm guessing you're gonna have to pay for that, right?
No,
Or is it
well,
free?
if you own it,
Okay.
this is free because
this
that
is
game
an
is not
update.
selling anyway. So
Yeah, I was gonna say they're just
I
giving
was
it to you
about
for
to
free.
say, like,
I
it
might
should have
just
been there.
put it in just to get the update and maybe play a little bit. Now.
you could grab it right now if you see it like on the cheap, like
Maybe
with
10,
it,
$15, yeah.
because
Yeah, but we saw it and it wasn't supposed to be $10.
no, the way, yeah, no,
That was
true.
an error on Amazon.
That's true. That's true. So it has all characters from season 1 and season 2. So there's still one more character that they're going to be announcing very soon. Let me see. They're saying that in order to introduce more variety to every match, characters are going to receive another V trigger that you can choose before you start your
the fight.
fight. Yeah, exactly.
Like the old ones, yeah.
They're saying that the arcade mode is not going to be your typical arcade mode, so I'm kind of like concerned. Okay, so then why call it arcade mode? What is it going to be exactly?
What kind of mode are we talking about then?
But they're saying we're making sure it'll be an experience rather than a mode. So what does that mean? Because they already have
Cue
the
the
story
eye
mode on it.
Thank you, Capcom.
Cue the eye rolls.
Yeah.
They already have no, but I mean, if I'm getting this for free and suddenly this is something that brings back Street Fighter where it should have been in the first place, which is a complete experience, then it'll be
Does
neat
that
to see.
redeem it for you?
Redeem it? No, that game is beyond redeem. Like a long
I'm
time
saying
ago.
if it gives you everything that you've wanted from the, you're gonna have all the characters, you're gonna have all the modes, everything that
Yeah,
was
I'm
promised
saying
you.
it'll
That
be
doesn't
neat.
redeem it for you.
Does it redeem it? No. Again, I'm not gonna go back and play Street Fighter. I don't even care about the story. I don't care about anything Street Fighter 5 related. I just want to see. There's been a bunch of other characters that have been released on the other seasons that I haven't had the chance to play them because it came out. I mean, don't get me wrong. If suddenly it explodes into this scene and now you're hearing people like and suddenly becomes like something, then I might have a second look at it. But right now, as it stands, I'm not gonna take my time to learn how to play because
I'm gonna say that is really their only option. They need to make it explode because if it's still crap and nobody gets this, and then suddenly you come back with Street Fighter 6, yeah, you're done. Nobody's gonna want anything. You know what I mean? 'Cause
Yeah,
you know what I
yeah.
mean? So
Maybe
I think
the
this is their
few
chance to
dedicated players,
maybe.
but that's it.
Yeah, exactly. So
real quick, another thing I wanted to mention. When I was playing Forza, and I was able to confirm this with Forza 7, even though it doesn't have activated yet the buy to the marketplace, the real money marketplace, basically.
yeah, the micro stuff, microtransactions.
It still feels like a $60 free to play game in that essence. So it's kind of dirty like that. And one thing that pissed me off was the fact that you used to be able to, at least in Forza, I think the last two Forzas, if you bought like I think they call it the Platinum Edition and the Ultimate Editions, you basically get what it amounts to be a coin doubler, basically. Whenever you finish your races, you get credit, right? Well, if you had that, suddenly you could get double the credits. It's a coin doubler, basically. I never really liked the idea because, but there were people, I mean, it was already there and people was used to it and people would spend more money to get that, right? Well, in Forza 7, they made that a consumable. So the doubler, they made it a consumable that you can only use a certain amount of times, and then that was it. So that pissed off a lot of people. So they got so upset that now the developer Turn 10 are announcing that they're gonna fix that. They're actually going to make it to where it's not a consumable anymore.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
And I mean, right now I didn't get the platinum version or anything like that, so I don't know how that
Will it
that's
affect
probably
you?
not gonna
Yeah.
affect me. Again, I kind of wanted to do more like a judgment on it, and I thought, hey, if this could be like Project Gotham Racing, which was a game that I played until completion, then that'd be awesome. Unfortunately, I don't think this one grabbed me enough to make me even want to play anymore.
Shadow, what you got?
It's
Take us
been a
home,
while
Shadow.
since I've had some Overwatch stuff.
Oh,
So-
Overwatch.
So it's that time of the year again where we be, spooky.
Oh, yes.
So starting next
Old
next
Hallows
Tuesday,
Eve.
next Tuesday, Overwatch will be having their Halloween event
Nice.
again with some new Reaper and McCree skins, and of course bringing back Junkenstein.
Junkenstein?
Junk.
It's the PvP.
Yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
PvE. My bad.
Mhm.
Nice.
Awesome.
And hold on, let's see if I get something else.
Oh,
This is
I
nice.
have something if you want to.
Go ahead.
Yeah. So perhaps you've heard of this project. Again, New York Comic Con. We're just pulling news here from that. This maybe interests me more than anything else. And I'm cautiously optimistic. So there's going to be a new film, animated film. And it's going to be called Batman Ninja.
Oh, I saw that.
I've heard of it.
Batman
Yes.
Ninja. Yeah. What is
Yes.
it about? I mean, what is the premise of this?
Well, I mean, obviously, it's a whole new original
I mean,
story.
is Batman a
Yeah, it's a
ninja
completely
now?
original story. Well, yes.
Has he not been? Was he
Yeah.
not before?
I think he was, but evidently he'll be more ninja-esque.
Yeah.
You know?
He has to get the whole getup now.
Maybe he'll have a sword now. Oh,
Maybe he'll have throwing stars in the shape
I was gonna
of
say, bats.
bats. Oh wait.
Oh,
Batarang.
yeah. Yes. So yeah, basically it came out that Junpei Mizusaki. Yes, Junpei Mizusaki is going to be directing it. He's known for series JoJo's Bizarre Adventure, and he's actually worked on the animation on a couple Mega Man games. Joining him will be Afro Samurai creator Takashi Okazaki,
Oh, okay.
That's some good
yes.
people right there.
who will he's going to be doing the character designer. So I'm curious to see what it looks. Oh my god,
Yeah.
I'm so curious. To see
Actually,
what
I
it
think didn't we saw? I think there was something, or I don't know if this was stock from something else, but I thought I saw a screenshot of Batman.
Ninja?
Bat Ninja. Yeah.
Oh, I so the article had well, it had Batman. It didn't look any different than the regular Batman.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Yeah, I
okay,
was
so
gonna say
maybe
yes.
maybe it's
So
just a
no-
stock Batman
Yeah,
So
yeah.
instead
no
of.
Afro Samurai-esque
I love Afro. I don't know if you guys, but I love Afro Samurai. That's
Yeah.
a crazy game. Crazy
Series?
Series, yeah. So yeah,
well, and game too.
and yeah, that's true. It was a game, and then of course, screenwriter is going to be Kazuki Nakashima. He's best known for being a writer on the property Kill La Kill. So
Kill la Kill.
Kill
Yeah,
La
so
Kill.
they
heard
got
about
3 good people in there
Yes.
that produce a lot of good stuff.
So while I first heard the name Batman Ninja, I'm going, please tell me that's a working title.
Batman Ninja.
Tell me you can get something better by the time the series comes out or the film comes out. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm definitely I'm a huge of all superheroes. Batman is the only one. He's the only superhero.
Yes.
And he's not even super. He's just a hero. How about that? So,
right?
but yeah, when I saw this, I was like, oh, I need to bring this up because this looks like it's going to be good. So, what you got?
You got anything else, or
No, I think that's it. I think that's.
anything
I'll
else?
just spit it out real quick. Gran Turismo Sport limited time demo coming out October 9th. That's this Tuesday. Well, what's today? Today's the 6th.
Today.
7, 8, 9, Monday. So coming out Monday. It's a demo. It's going to be live for exactly 4 days, but your progress will be saved on the free trial. Will come over to the main game. Main game comes out on October 17th. So if you're
Nice.
interested in Gran Turismo Sport, there you go.
all right, I got 2 more. Actually.
Shoot 'em.
So I don't know if anyone's still playing the first Destiny, but now on Xbox, you finally get to have PlayStation stuff. After
Let them have
2
cake.
years. Exactly. So now you get to have all the exclusive that PlayStation had on
Wow. That's messed up, yo.
I have no words for this.
Xbox.
I don't want to be the one speaking. That's what it is.
That's what I call a timed exclusive.
Yeah.
Yes, timing perfectly.
They're just like,
timing
now we're on
perfectly.
Destiny 2.
Everybody
Yeah,
on
let's...
Destiny 2? All right, we'll give them the free
Yeah.
free
sure.
stuff. Yeah.
That's good. You
And
know.
that's going to happen with the next game after Destiny
Oh
2.
man. Congratulations, Xbox.
Yes.
I wanted to give a little something because recently, the beginning of the week, I know everyone who turned on their PlayStations, they saw the 5.0 update. I wanted to give you a lot of minor updates, but I wanted to give you some stuff on that.
Yeah.
So
Stability updates.
Mostly stability.
Because that's one.
they added
Stable as all get up.
I thought they did one before the 5.0. They had a little stability.
Yeah,
And then
they-
the
they-
5.0.
well,
that's the joke. Every other one is like, and what did they fix? Oh, stability updates.
Yeah.
Stability updates.
It's like we're gonna
How
put
much
an
more
update.
stable does this need to get?
Well,
I think-
that's the joke of NeoGAF. Where
I think the reason why is that they put a stability update just so that it'd be like the system needs to be stable so that it can handle the next
The next update.
the next update.
We're preparing. We're
Dude,
stabilizing
every
for
time that gets
stabilization.
announced, I go to NeoGAF immediately to see the thread because the thread gets full with like memes of just stable stuff. Like they have a chicken and they grab the chicken and they're moving the chicken around, but the head is completely stable.
A chicken is the most stable thing ever. They
Oh, that's
actually
And it'll say stable. Yeah.
yeah, because I actually saw something where people would put cameras on chickens' heads and use it to film
Yeah.
because it was
Yes,
the most
stable,
stable
yeah.
head.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's hilarious though.
Yeah. So
That's like some
That's so
farm
good.
equipment and photography.
anyways, I
So
know that
what was this other than the stabilization? What else do they have?
you can stream 1080p with 60 frames per second.
Yes, we tested that
Yes,
on the
we
stream, on the successful stream
Thank you, sir.
of Nier Automata
Yes.
Nice.
that you did.
Nice. You can. I know they had the whole family settings, but now you can actually
Use them.
They were unusable before.
you can adjust the parental controls on independently on each account.
Okay.
Instead of all at once.
instead of
oh
one
my
full
God,
account, okay.
there.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Oh my God, that was terrible.
Yeah.
It
Suddenly
was.
that has to enter the parental code.
Thank goodness I don't have to edit it. Nick's already old.
Right?
So like,
You can disable pop-ups during video playback. So if you're watching Netflix or anything and you don't want people messaging you or having them pop up, just disable that. They won't
oh
show
yeah.
up and
Oh,
interrupt
really?
you.
I
Yeah.
could have sworn that was already there.
Well,
I thought it was out too.
Yeah.
I mean, it kind of was, but I guess now it's all me. I just take off messages because everyone's always messaging. I'm like, I don't
Say,
want to see.
hey, you do our shock controller is low on battery. Hello.
That's the worst. And I mean, I'm like, it's just sitting there. Why is it even being used? I'm like, what the hell?
You can set up team tournaments.
That,
Team
yeah, so
tournaments,
that's
okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
That's cool.
You can follow people like on Xbox. I don't even.
You can follow people on Xbox?
Yes.
No, you can no. Oh, no.
so you don't have to
on
friend them?
Xbox, you can follow
Yeah.
people. No, you can follow people on Xbox.
I was about to
In
say,
other
Wow,
Sony,
cross compatibility.
you won't allow crossplay, but you will allow this.
So in other words, if you don't want to friend somebody, but you want to see what they're doing, like a stalker, there you go.
Oh, okay. Oh.
I
Ooh, who
wonder,
can I stalk?
do they need their permission? Or can you just
No,
follow? I guess you
you
just
can
follow.
follow.
Stalker.
Yeah, that's true.
The stalkers ask permission.
Congratulations,
Do you
but-
mind if I stalk you?
PlayStation, which is like very careful with with protecting the children.
children,
of course,
yeah.
that's why they don't do crossplay. Because
But they all allow
because the
stalking,
children, hashtag the children.
There's
Well, I mean, I
certain
guess
lines,
that's
right?
putting it badly the way I did it, but that's what I see when the whole following thing. I'm like, I don't care. I don't want to follow you.
I wouldn't want somebody peering in on. Are they peering on gameplay, or are they just looking to see what you're doing?
No, you
They're
can
probably
see.
seeing what-
You can see like.
They're seeing what you're wearing.
Yeah,
Through the PlayStation
they're peeking
camera.
through my camera.
Yes.
No, you can see what they're playing,
Okay.
and you can, I guess,
You can
if you want.
see what they're playing, or just see. Oh, they're playing Battlefield.
Yeah, just see
Oh,
the
yeah.
name of what they're playing.
Oh,
That's it,
okay.
yeah,
Well, that's the same
Or-
thing. You just said the same thing.
other words-
they can see what you're playing.
Well, no, what
or
I'm
just
saying.
what you're playing.
Or like.
Can they see gameplay? Is what I'm
Oh,
saying.
gameplay. No,
I guess the
not
better
gameplay.
better part is that if you have like a streamer, and I know a lot of streamers that you'll see them on your PS4 to follow, so you can follow them and see when they stream on their
Oh,
system,
okay.
like
Oh,
see their
okay,
activities.
I got you. Okay, that makes more sense. Okay.
Shadow, I'm gonna subscribe to you.
Yes.
We
gonna
already
watch all
are
your
because we're
movies.
Shadow,
already
I'm gonna
friends.
stalk you. I'm just letting you know, and I need your permission.
I need your permission.
You can.
I'm gonna like
I can't.
you.
Thank you so much.
I'm just saying.
I'm gonna
we're
give you
already
a
following.
like.
He's gonna
Take
lick the
this
screen,
like.
watch it.
Oh, now you took it to the next level. No, that's on firmware 6.0.
Yes. So
You lick the screen. of your follower.
Yeah.
You
Hell,
can,
this got weird now.
Yeah, it did.
I feel uncomfortable.
anyways, you can categorize your friends.
You can what? I'm
You
sorry.
can categorize your friends into different groups. So that,
Okay.
These
So-
are the jackass. These are the cool people.
Let her finish the news.
he's gonna get kicked out of his chair. Watch it. So you can, like I said, categorize your friends into different groups.
Groups,
Like
work
if you
friends,
have
home
friends,
friends.
that, or
Yeah.
if you have friends that you play specific games with, you can put them there so you can see whether they're online playing the game. Yada
Okay.
yada.
Awesome.
And with
Shadow Overwatch.
Yes.
Nothing-
Overwatch, yeah. She's going in the Overwatch group.
Persona 5.
God. So, and with messages, you can see, if anyone sends you a link, you can see a preview of it. You can also send them music with Spotify.
Nice.
That's cool.
That's actually pretty good, yeah.
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 In the quick menu, which what I noticed is that they moved the broadcast button and the share play button to the quick menu instead of the share button. That threw me off a bit.
Okay, yeah, that was,
Wow.
yeah. Well, wait a minute. I just updated. Excuse me, when I was doing the stream, I knew the 5.0 was out. So I came home, turned it on. I was like, I'm not streaming till 8, but I'm going to turn this thing on, get it all ready to go. But I didn't notice that. I didn't notice
Yeah, I
where
noticed when
maybe
I
it's-
was scrolling down more because of course they put the notifications too in the quick menu. I'm like, I don't really
Yeah.
care about. But what I like of my favorite things is that now I can leave a party through the quick menu instead of going to the party menu.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the best thing ever.
Oh, yeah. There you go.
And I guess a little minor thing is you can change the color of your notifications from black or white.
Done. Sold. Done.
What are they now?
I think
are they
the gray.
normally? Black?
No, blue.
No, they were white. Remember, like originally when the PS4
yeah.
came out, they were black, and
Yeah, they
then
were
with
black.
that one
Oh, they
update,
had the update,
like
okay.
a year ago, it became white. But now you can change it either or. And
You can put it
yeah.
black again if you like.
That is it. That was a mouthful.
That was a
That was
mouthful.
a mouthful.
But I guess because since a lot of people don't really read the notes
The
like I
notes,
do,
yeah.
there you go.
Awesome. All right, guys, we're going to go right into our hot topic of the week. Hot topic of the week. Yes.
topic.
So, yes, I posted this on the group. I'm sure some of you saw it. Hot topic of the week is the battle for battlegrounds.
Oh, the war has been declared,
The
my
war
brother.
has been declared.
It's like World War with Battle Royale.
Yes,
This is
mixed with
going
battle royale.
nuclear.
So, unless you don't,
Nuclear.
well, you may not know this. So let me kind of bring up the article here. The article actually came from Bloomberg. So I want to give props where props are due. Basically, I've stated that the creator of the hit video game PlayerUnknown's Battlegrounds is in talks with Microsoft about extending their agreement to publish a game exclusively on Xbox. Exclusively meaning console exclusive. According to people familiar with the matter. Bluehole, which is the weirdest name for a freaking developer.
Oh, Blue Hole. Yeah, yeah.
So it's
they
just
are.
like- it's a weird name. Why would you choose
I think they're
Bluehole?
Chinese.
Yeah, I was
Or
going to say
Korean. No,
South
aren't
Korean.
they-
South Korean.
Yeah.
South Korean. There you go.
So they have
That
agreed.
makes sense now.
Yeah, exactly. So they have agreed to produce the game for Microsoft first by the end of this year, of course, and is likely to give the company a longer period as the solo console. Said the people asking not to be identified because the matter is private. So clearly, this is leaked information. And obviously, exclusivity, that can last a few months, a year, depending on the situation.
Or a whole generation.
Or a whole
In the case of
generation, yeah.
Destiny 2. Or Xbox.
Poor Xbox. Jeez. You know what? I almost want them to have this. Just take it. Take it all. You
Have
need this.
Battleground.
Considering what I was saying at the beginning, about the whole party thing.
The party. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
I didn't even know that. That's
Me
well,
I didn't know either until a few days ago.
That's insane. So anyway, I guess this begs the question. First off, if this is truly happening, which obviously I'm sure it is, it's leaked information. They just don't want to say who it is. If it's truly happening, who's pushing for this? Who do you
don't-
think is pushing for this?
I don't know if
No, not you know who you think.
The fact that it's leaked information doesn't guarantee that this is
No,
actual
not true,
factual.
yeah.
But it is a very likely scenario we have to admit. And obviously, who else? It's gonna
think-
be desperate Microsoft.
Yeah,
You know,
because also they want to do the whole still trying to push the whole Play Anywhere thing.
Yes. Yeah.
So I think it's mostly Microsoft.
Yeah, and I can see
And
this.
they want to one up PlayStation.
Well, yeah, this could be. This is considering it's a game that is being played by what 11 gajillion right now of players.
13, I think is where it's at.
Look at that.
13 million.
So I mean, Fortnite managed to
Fortnite
get
is
7
really like screwing
in
them
a
right
matter
now.
of two.
You know,
a matter of
since
2
you
weeks.
just said it, you got 13 million in since release. So what? It's been
It's April
a few
or
months
prior?
already.
Yeah, it's been months.
Versus 7 million in a week. And 7 million in a week, and they're already catching up.
But yes, but let's be realistic. They are piggybacking pretty much
course.
on the
Sure.
on the success of Battle Royale. I mean, they are naming their game Fortnite Battle Royale.
Yeah,
They're
yeah.
calling
That's
it.
what I said. It,
Yeah.
it was pretty much a slap to the face to PUBG.
Yeah, exactly.
I gotta agree.
And especially more slap to the
Exactly.
face since it's free to play.
You know,
But PUBG is still go-to.
But see, the good thing is Fortnite is available on PlayStation. So
Well, I guess that leads me to
No, it's-
another point that I wanted
it's
to
all
bring up.
platforms.
It is all
But it
platforms.
is-
it is all platform. Yeah. So,
So-
what I'm saying, well, before you, because I haven't made my point.
Oh, yeah.
So that Microsoft is trying to push for this desperately, but will this matter? In a matter of a few months, this might be like, getting. I'm trying to remember another example of something that they actually did. That as well. That they pushed for an exclusivity, and then
Lara Croft.
at the end of the day, it ended up being
Tomb Raider.
nonsense because
Yeah.
the other console had, a good
Didn't need it.
alternative
Yeah,
and didn't
yeah.
need it exactly.
So I was
a lot
gonna
of
say
people
is
are mad
that-
about that. With
Yeah,
the whole
they were too.
Tomb Raider.
What I was going to say was that interviews have been done with PlayerUnknowns and Bluehole and everybody to say, hey, are you guys going to bring this to? Obviously, that's always going to be a question. Are you have any plans to bring this to PlayStation? And the answer is always the same. Right now, we're just focused on bringing it to Xbox. That's where. So it's not a no.
The legally obligated answer is.
I think what happened.
I'm not gonna say no. I'm
Yeah.
gonna say right now we're focusing on.
Yes,
Right now.
right now.
I
we're
think
focusing
it
on this.
sounds like Microsoft is trying to make a little partnership with them. That's what it sounds like.
Well, I don't know. I don't think they're going to be partners,
Or
but definitely.
at least really like trying to get, hey, put it here first.
Yeah, well, I mean, it's coming there first, but to keep it here, don't bring it over there. So if Microsoft does, or if this happens, well, no, I mean, we'll put it this way: it's coming to Microsoft. It's coming to Xbox. When is it? November? Sometime this year, right?
Yeah,
So
this
sometime
year, yeah.
So if it comes to the Xbox first, okay, does this give them some sort of edge?
For this one,
Yes.
I don't know why. I don't know how that. Probably yes for a little bit
For
of
a
time.
little.
Probably
The
for
initial-
a little
the
amount
initial
of time.
impact,
Yes,
okay.
yes. The initial impact will be. I don't think this is. There's going to be a console seller because people that want to play PUBG, they are already playing PUBG. I don't think
13
anybody's
million of
saying
them,
like, "Hey, I'm going to wait for the console version." Even a console.
Not
gamer.
to mention, a console version is still an early access title. It's not going to come out like a
Well, the
complete
PC is
title.
also, but yeah, I know what you
That's what I'm
mean.
saying. It's
Yeah.
not a complete game.
Yeah,
Anyway,
yeah.
So.
So I think that Microsoft might be putting too much weight into this title because they're seeing the numbers obviously on PC. They're thinking, hey, maybe if we can bring a lot of praise like that on our console, which badly needs right now. Well, anything. I mean,
Any
look
type
at
of,
it.
yeah.
Look at the season. Look at the holiday season. They already had it, which was Forza 7 and Cuphead. What else do they have?
Well, I mean,
They don't have any other first parties?
No.
There's
Seriously?
nothing else.
No.
There's nothing
you know
else for
what
the
was good, though?
holidays.
They did the Xbox Live free stuff was good. They actually finally had good games on it.
Hold on. They've been. I think they've been doing pretty decently.
It's usually hit and miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean,
That's why.
the 360 ones, obviously, those are older titles. I mean,
But,
they are coming over, obviously, because they're backwards compatible now on Xbox.
They have
One,
a bunch of patches for titles so they could look better on Xbox One S. But as far as titles, I'm shocked that this console is being released with no game whatsoever that will
Well, it's not
really
a
take
new
advantage
console.
of it.
I mean, remember,
Well,
it's,
in a
it's an
sense,
iteration. yeah.
it's an iteration, but
Yeah.
but still, even the PlayStation Pro had some games out there that some games
I want
out.
to see how the Xbox One X is going to do then.
That's what he's talking about.
Well, that's
He
yeah,
said,
that's
he
what
said
I'm-
the S.
No, he,
The X,
no, he
yeah,
said,
yeah, I
he's
mean
saying
the
that
X,
the X
yeah.
is coming out
Alright.
with no actual titles.
Yeah,
Yeah, the X,
Yeah,
the
to
X,
show
you
it
know,
off.
yeah. The S, for all intents and purposes for this conversation, S and Xbox is interchangeable. When I say X, it's X.
Yeah, that.
So yeah, because we have already the power of the pretty much the S.
Yes, yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So I guess bringing it back to the potential extension on this deal, if we only see this happening, the beginning part of it actually being the portion that may blow up for Xbox a little bit, what would be the point of extending it?
Well, we're gonna have to ask Phil Spencer.
Okay.
Because-
yeah. We'll get him on the
He's
phone.
he's the one that. Oh well, obviously, but I texted him already,
Obviously,
but
he has
he said he was
connections.
busy. Yeah,
Man, that guy.
the Microsoft is bank. Like I said, they're trying to bank too much on this title, but I don't know if this is gonna be a payoff. You know, it's gonna be
They're
like
already spending a certain amount for exclusivity for it to have to pay more for exclusivity and not have it pay out. It's a weird situation. It's a weird title.
That's
for
why
them
I
to-
don't
yeah.
really give.
You know,
I'm
I
not
have a
su-
little theory
Mm-hmm.
because I've noticed that a lot of people who play on Xbox are mostly a lot of first-person shooters, a lot of shooters in general who play Xbox. I think that's why they would want to bring it over to Xbox
Mm-hmm.
because they know who their user base is. They know
The first
who
and
might
third person
play
shooter
it.
crowd.
Yes,
Yeah.
I guess. Well,
That's
I
like
could
the-
argue that
that's what I can see a bit.
that
Well, it could be
the
one of the
group
reasons.
have already migrated in droves to PS4, and that's why you're seeing the exclusivities of Call of Duty exclusive and Battlefield and stuff like that on PlayStation 4 because that I see what you're saying. You know, that group, which used to be almost exclusive Xbox. You know.
And since there's no Halo
Well, on the era of 360 and PS3, that I think that already migrated here. So I think this is more. Hey, we're Microsoft. We have a ton of money that we can fall into. You know, if we can secure this, then at least we have something to show off. Because again, there is nothing
Well, yeah,
else.
because what they need to stop doing is canceling their exclusive games.
Oh, I think they already did that.
I mean,
Yeah.
yeah,
there's no other ones. Yeah.
And
That we know of, anyway.
That's what I'm saying. They need to
Yeah.
stop
They,
canceling them.
They need to double. They need to double down on the exclusive. And the problem with Microsoft is that Microsoft it's always condemned to the 2 or 3 houses that they have that they do first person games, and those houses they're not gonna experiment outside of. They're not gonna bring us anything outside of the norm. We know that the Coalition is gonna do Gears of War. We know that 343 Industries is gonna do Halo or a Halo-like project,
So what if this is
and Turn 10 is gonna be Forza.
this is pie in the sky? What if they acquire Bluehole?
Oh man, that's they will acquire Nintendo before they acquire that. Honestly, I don't think
I mean,
that's.
if they
just
ever
saying,
did,
or something similar to
this
it.
will actually probably maybe the best.
I mean,
thing
right now
for them.
the value of Bluehole is
it will
extremely
be
high. Yeah.
No, honestly, no, I obviously kid. That is possible. That is something that is within the realm of possibility, considering that they did that for Minecraft. They acquired, yeah. So and Minecraft, it's a
beast.
really
Yeah,
powerful
yeah.
IP. And so is this one.
and
Yeah.
they have millions and millions of people who play Minecraft.
Yeah, so I
And
think
so does this one.
so if there is a way to grant that exclusivity, it's probably through acquisition, and we could very well hear that. That's not
That'd be
that's not
something.
outside the realm of possibility, But who wants that? That's my problem is that.
I don't think they can right now. I think the value. They're looking over the Bloomberg article.
I don't want PlayStation gamers to not have the experience of Battlegrounds.
They have Fortnite.
They have Fortnite.
Honestly, I bet
Let them have cake.
Let them have cake.
I bet you after he finishes what he says,
The what? Oh no, I was just saying that the valuation of Bluehole has surged to about 4.5 billion
Nice.
in just the 3 months. So I don't know if they're easily acquirable as they were before.
Hey, you know, look how much Microsoft paid for
I'm not saying
Mojang.
that. Yeah, I'm just
It
saying.
makes me think though, like even though they're trying to gun it, once Sony gets one of this, they'll be like, nope, we're swooping you up, we're taking you.
Yeah, see, I don't think Sony can do that. Yeah,
Sony don't have the
No.
capital for it.
Yeah.
No.
No, but I'm pretty sure eventually it'll happen.
I don't
Sony-
know. I don't think they have.
I don't think they will ever
buy,
be in a
They buy
position-
cheap, and then
Yes.
and then
yes, that's Sony. Sony's smart because they buy cheap and low, you know, but good
up and
talent.
coming. Yeah.
Oh,
and-
go,
and-
exactly.
and then make them-
Good and they don't normally. They're not like trigger happy. Oh, you know, this title didn't produce. Okay, so we need to cancel this. I mean,
not always.
that's not. I mean,
Yeah.
they've done it obviously, but not like. Hey,
Question though, because I know like Fortnite, it's all platforms and it is on Xbox too. I've seen it. Do you even know if there's anyone playing on Xbox? I mean, I know there's probably a good chunk, but like actual
course. Oh,
numbers.
yeah.
Sure,
I'm
a good
sure.
chunk of the 7
Yeah.
million are. Yeah.
why not?
So that's probably why they would think, hey, maybe the real deal might actually work.
If anything, Fortnite. The good thing about Fortnite, I will tell you, the great thing about Fortnite is the further development of that engine to supply that level of gameplay to other titles, because that's the Unreal Engine. So if suddenly they can make this run,
It's by Epic Games.
Epic, yeah.
Yeah, so
they
that's the Unreal
made-
Engine.
They made Paragon.
yeah,
You've seen
over-
which is
Paragon.
also
Paragon
Unreal
looks
Engine. So
amazing.
that's what I'm saying. If they even exactly, so if they manage to get this technology to where now the Unreal Engine is a viable alternative for open world, like vastly, you know, and like multi gamers, multiplayers on a grand scale, like 100 players, you know, on that can only benefit us gamers to the fact that more and more games will start having that, because that's an engine that they keep making better and better
Yeah, they keep
as they're
improving.
tweaking it with this flagship title, their exclusive title, their exclusive idea, you know, Battle Royale, Fortnite Battle Royale.
Oh, hey.
I know. That's
All I know
just-
is that-
it's really cringeworthy.
They
Really.
literally
I know.
beat them to console. Fortnite beat them
Yes,
to console.
that's true.
That alone may hurt. I mean, maybe, possibly. We don't know, because we don't know what it can lay out. But it may hurt. You know, further growth on the console when you have a free to play battle royale already available.
Wait until the clones start coming out, because suddenly
Oh yeah, you're gonna have a bunch of
They
them.
already are.
everybody's
right.
gonna have everybody and their mother's
They
gonna have
already,
a Battle
by the way,
Royale.
they already announced they announced a mode similar to, I don't think they call it battle royale, call it something else, but it's similar to it for oh my gosh, what is the
Call of Duty?
Wildlands?
Oh, Wildland?
Ghost Recon.
Ghost Recon.
Yes,
Ghost
they did
Recon.
it.
Okay.
It came out
Yes, I heard
recently.
that.
It did come out already. Okay,
Yes.
yeah. So
Oh, yeah.
yeah. So everybody's gonna start.
Yeah, everybody already did. They just don't. They just call it PvP. Really.
They're calling it
Battle
Royale.
or because
Yeah.
like I said earlier, like battle royale, it looks like it's becoming its own
Generic
genre.
title.
Yeah.
Literally.
Generic shooter.
So
Generic
we
shooter,
we will
yeah.
be seeing a lot of battle royale games in the future until it somewhat dies out.
Yeah. So final thoughts on this. Is this if they do? First off, no, screw that. Is this a good move to extend it? Is this a good move
To keep it
yeah,
for
to
Microsoft? I think so, yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
it'll
in a
help
sense,
bring people in.
Yeah,
That's-
people are
that's
interested.
really the-
Definitely,
yeah,
they
yeah.
want.
I agree. I
yeah.
hope they just keep it. Honestly, I know how you feel about oh well, PlayStation. No, yes,
But
I
you know,
understand
most
that.
of us have
But-
PCs anyway, so
Just keep it.
yeah.
Let them have
Yeah.
it. Let them have it.
Let
It's a
them
good game. Let them
enjoy-
have
Them
it.
have
Let them eat cake.
Yeah, let them enjoy some sort of popularity for once.
Oh my God, you guys
In a
are
while.
terrible.
No, hey, that's not me. I didn't say that. So. All right, guys. Well, that brings us to the end of the
Oh,
real
short and sweet.
It was.
Short and sweet.
Short and Switch.
Brought to you by Nintendo.
Brought to you by Nintendo.
He has the Switch
Hey,
behind.
what was that voice?
Oh yes. Listening in right now is my son Nicholas. Nicholas, say what's up.
What's up?
All right. Yeah, he's doing a little. Well, I'm gonna say little. I don't say it like that. You're doing a project for school, correct?
Yeah. So
Yep. It's not gonna extend.
yeah. So I'm part of the school newspaper at my college, and I've decided to sit in on the podcast to basically write a recap of it for my newspaper. And You can check that out at the Seminole Scribe if you want to, because it's going to be on the online edition, so you don't have to worry about looking creepy going into a college campus.
Just to get the newspaper.
Yeah, just get a newspaper.
It's gonna be on the show notes.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I'm in here doing. Just watching David slowly compulse.
Studying the wildlife, studying the.
Awesome. Yeah. So again, this is the real episode 76. As always, please go to goodgame.tech and join the conversation there. Also, if you're listening to this on YouTube, Google Play, or iTunes, please like, subscribe, and share. Thank you so much for tuning in. This is Arnaldo, a.k.a. Mad Dog, signing off. Mr. Dream Twister.
Big, massive, major, cataclysmic props to our good friends at Control Freak Video Games.
Control Freak Video Games.
Those people are awesome. They're doing the Lord's work, as I always say. Keep it up. We love them all.
Absolutely.
Yes.
Miss you guys. We got to plan another trip to Tennessee.
Oh yeah, my God.
This time I'm going with you because I didn't get to go last night.
Yes.
Oh, it's gonna be. Are you kidding me? We're taking like GG with us.
We're taking GG, Seb. I might want to.
We're gonna
might
need
want
a
to open
baby.
like 3 or 4 cabins.
We need,
for
yes,
us.
exactly.
Miss Shadow. Anything else for us?
I'm ready to get back home and play some Star Wars.
Oh yes.
Fair enough. All right, guys. So we'll see you next week.
GG.